This story is brought to us from Cincinnati.com. Now, I did a story last week on a police officer. I think it was a sergeant, I'm not sure, but her name was Valentino. And remember when she was using racial slurs on her body cam and went public? And she was like, stupid, I hate them all, and somebody had commented and said, wow, she used words. Let me explain something real quick. Anybody that uses, especially a police officer, particularly a police officer, that uses these racial slurs out loud when they're talking in reference to people around them, there's an attitude behind those. Aren't just words. So when you say, wow, she used the N-word, there's an attitude behind that. You get what I'm saying? It's not just the fact that somebody's using those words. Okay, it's free speech or whatever. Okay, but there's an attitude behind that. You see what I'm saying? So you have to question that police officer as to how they treat people on the street. Not just, they said an N-word, big deal. No, there's an attitude behind that word. Am I getting through to you? But another Cincinnati police officer has been caught using a racial slur on duty, making it the second case to come to light in the past 2 weeks. And I did, of course, the editorial on the other one. Officer Kelly Drock has been suspended without pay. Wow, without pay. Now, that's bad. Officer Kelly Drock has been suspended without pay for 7 days following the incident, which happened in November of 2021. An internal investigation reports Drock, who is white, works in the Special Investigations section. Now, according to a report, it states that Drock was heard saying, "You're taking advantage of old people, you're criminals." And then someone heard during the tirade him yell, "You sand." Investigators said Drock was immediately confronted by a co-worker and she apologized. But that same co-worker heard Drock use the slur again a week later under almost identical circumstances. So Kelly Drock, of course, a female. What's up with the female cops in Cincinnati, man? Y'all just hate people. An anonymous letter was sent to Cincinnati's Human Resources Department following the incident. An anonymous letter. You know why? Because you don't cross the thin blue line. So it was an anonymous letter. Like, wasn't me. I'm not the whistleblower. That's bad too. When you have to report a fellow cop, you have to do it anonymously so that people don't go, "You're the rat." The letter states, "Someone who uses this word should not work for my city. I hope you do something about this." Now, of course, Rose Valentino was the other officer that was caught, remember? Rose Valentino is yet to go through her disciplinary hearing, but Drock's has been completed. Both Valentino and Drock admitted to using racial slurs, according to police records. So the other one that I did, the other editorial, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below to that editorial, so you can go back, refresh, or if you haven't seen it. But they both admitted to using the racial slurs. But Officer Drock joined the Cincinnati Police Department in 1998. She has worked in nearly every police district in the city. Her supervisors have rated her performance as exceeds standards for the past 3 years. Of course, she's an exemplary officer until she uses the N-word. Now, they say that she has sustained no violations of policy or any disciplinary actions against her. During the investigation into her behavior, she was remorseful for what she said. No, she was remorseful that she got caught. Because she did it twice, according to the anonymous person. Officer Drock stated she never uses that word. It is not in her vocabulary, and the use of that word was completely out of character for her. She never uses that word. Well, she does use it because she was caught using it twice, and she admitted. Remember that she admitted she used it. So she does use it. She said it's not in her vocabulary. Well, it came out of your mouth. The use of that word was completely out of character for her. What is she like? F you. I didn't mean to say that. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. What? What? Cincinnati Police Union President Dan Hills said no officer should use ethnic slurs, and anyone who does so is wrong. Whoa, you mean the police union is not backing her up? Get out! The Fraternal Order of Police represents every Cincinnati police officer in the disciplinary process, and this officer received a lengthy suspension for her poor judgment, Hills said. So he's not backing her. He's not going, well, come on. Because a lot of times, the FOP, man, they go, department got it wrong this time. He's saying the department got it right. News of Drac and Valentino followed the federal trial involving two officers who used racial slurs and sued Chief Elliot Isaac and the city of Cincinnati over their discipline. Remember, in the other editorial, I think I addressed that one. And the officers who used racial slurs, they're suing the city for their punishments because their punishments were not equal for the offense, they said. So here you've got 4 Cincinnati cops using racial slurs. 2 are suing the city. 1 has still got to go through her disciplinary process, and 1 has been suspended 7 days without pay. What the hell is going on in Cincinnati, man? Y'all just hate people or what? Now, Cincinnati Mayor Aftab Purival issued a statement Monday saying shameful racist statements like these have no place in our police department. Cincinnati Police Department is an organization sworn to serve our residents, and actions like this are a betrayal of that mission. I want to be clear that this officer should have been fired because our city should have a zero tolerance policy. The mayor himself said she should be fired. What about the other one? Should she be fired? So, you got the mayor's blessing to fire. The union ain't going to allow that.